Selamat malam pada semua. Good evening everybody. Welcome to everyone to this last kopek they call it, the last ceramah, the last rally for Segambut. And I must tell you, Hannah's rally is the only one I am attending. Not because I don't want to attend, because I'm still recovering from a very, very bad bout of COVID. And I had long COVID. And the last phase of my COVID is after the breathlessness for about a month plus, is the shooting pain on my feet and my hands, where it is so unbearable. So I'm painkillers all day, but I did take painkiller this evening. So I pray to God Almighty, I don't just drop here. Because if I take painkiller, I'll be drowsy and fall asleep. That's all. It's very strong. But anyway, my commitment and my feelings drive me to come to Hannah's last rally. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you know the narrative for why this elections is all about, or what is all elections all about. The last time I spoke in Segambut, the last PRU, was about making a change in the government. And there were reasons for making the change. I remember we are talking about, we gave the management to one group, management of our beautiful Malaysian house, and they made a mess of it. Then something happened in between when the new government was installed. There was a lot of politicking, backstabbing, and greed among some people. They didn't care about governing. What they did was to enrich themselves. And what we see now are court clusters, cases that make Malaysia so shameful. You know, the whole world over, headlines, every major newspaper, New York, everywhere. It's about Malaysian kleptocracy. It's so embarrassing. If you read these papers, you wonder why are we there? For the wrong reasons. But we know, because in politics, for as long as there are people who are greedy for power, self-interest, could not care less about us, the rakyat, and who are there for personal gain, motivated by greed, and of course having no integrity, no accountability, this is what happened. So for the last 2 years plus, I, like you, have been very distressed. I feel very distressed because I've been in politics since I was 22. I'm now 79. All right? And you can imagine, active MP 35 years. And which means that I've seen how things happen in this country. 3 crises we overcome. And things that caused this country to have dislocations everywhere. We overcame all those. And it's not triggered by us, it's triggered by global events. But today, most of our problems are triggered by the inefficiency of governments. We talk about governance, urus takbir. Mana ada urus takbir? Dia urus takbir diri dia je. Bukan dia urus takbir negara. Kita bagi dia amanah, suruh jaga negara ni. Yang dibuatnya ialah curi duit kita, guna duit rakyat, duit cukai perempuan dan tuan-tuan untuk macam-macam kerja yang tidak produktif. Sehingga hari ini hutang negara meningkat sehingga tak tahulah banyak mana dah. Dan yang malangnya besok anak cucu kita lah yang akan menanggungnya. Because by that time, that's when they start taxing besok. Because what is there to pay all these debts with? Hari ini, politik ialah politik bayar duit. Even banjir pun bayar duit. Maknanya bukan nak menolong. Saya tengok ada menteri-menteri pakai bot. Pergi ke rumah yang telah dibanjiri sampai ke bumbung. Orang tuan rumah duduk atas bumbung, dia bawa duit. Apa orang tu nak buat dengan duit? Tak beli apa? Kedai pun banjir. Maknanya, it's misplaced service. Disoriented service. They think that To serve means to dish out money, give out packages. I don't know how many packages dah bagi ya. Everybody get something. Tapi janganlah, please do not get drawn in by all these small little dishing out. The $50 they give you into your account or the $100 will not go a long way. What you need is service that help you and those who need help get benefit a long time. So now, without much ado, there are certain words that we have to use. Kita kena pilih, kita kena undi, dan kita kena tentukan kerajaan. Orang banyak kata, let's find a good government to let us through these hard times and bring us forward. I want to say, saya nak kata, you cannot just have a government installed just like that. The government must come from the grassroots wakil rakyat, you know. Kalau government federal, it must come from among the MPs. State government must come from a state assemblyman. Dulu Hannah speaker, that's why she was state assemblywoman, very successful one, very young. But today, we forget, let's change the government without thinking deeply enough. If you don't choose the right person at the grassroots, who is going to go up to be escalated to become government? So, right now, promise yourselves, wherever you're voting, I know not all of you are voting for Hannah. My keluarga voting in Sungai Buloh, but they're here supporting Hannah. So, please remember, the person you vote in at your level is probably the one that's going to be escalated upwards to be part of the urus tadbir or governance of this country. It's not easy to change a government if you have crooks amongst those at the calon level. I'm telling you, I speak without fear or favor. If you still vote in your constituency, the crooks, the kleptos, the one who smiles a lot and gives a lot of money also, but with self-interest at heart, it's your problem because you're not going to allow the good calon to surface and really come up to the ranks to help in the governance of this country. So I'm glad that in Segambut we have Hannah Yu. She's a tested person. Of course, we have Fahmi Fadil also, tested person. And these are people notwithstanding which party they are. But you must remember, the right party is so important. But thank goodness they are in the same party. And they are tested calon, having done their service for the last how many years. And it's good to know that the younger ones are coming up. I remember my old days, except that in my old days when I was campaigning, it was on lorries. Those days we didn't have plant like this, you know, we were on lorry. The lorry had chairs and a mic, and then I climb up the lorry, I speak, and then I go off, the lorry goes to another place. So, times have changed because of the development brought about so far. And I hope that in order for us to remove and stay behind all the rubbish and the scum in politics, please make the change. Yeah? And the change begins by voting in the right people in your kawasan. I'm supporting Hannah here because she's right. These are people with potential to go up and govern us. In fact, she's proven you're deputy minister already. So please, I'm also speaking vicariously to all the others outside who are not with us today, but in other kawasan. Don't be taken in by the glib talk of those who are interested to contest, not to serve you, but to serve themselves. And don't let these crooks come back. Don't. Please don't. Those who allow these crooks come back deserve if they are screwed up. Right? Deserve it when after all the elections and they find themselves being be done for, meaning that, they face all kinds of problems. Serve them right. They had a chance to choose good people from the candidates. They choose the sweet talker. They choose the one with the worst track record. Why can you choose a candidate as mired in shit? Bergelumang dengan tai, dengan najis. Pergi mahkamah turun naik, nak jadi juga. But you must remember, in spite of the bad record, being caught cluster and so on, they are the most eager to contest. Why? Because they're most eager to get back power. Dia tahu, dapat jadi calon, dia akan jadi menteri ke jadi apa ke, dia akan ambil lagi daripada rakyat. There's more to be plundered. Not to serve, Not to serve. So ladies and gentlemen, speaking as one of the oldies, I know sometimes in this country, it saddens me. Some people talk about old people like me, like in the context of, shut up lah, you retire lah. I remember people talking about Tun Mahathir recently. Why don't you just retire? You cannot retire from your political commitment and convictions. You cannot retire from wanting to serve your country with or without position. You tell me. Do you want to speak up here only because there's a reward for it? Or it's because you feel so committed that you people make the right choices? Because it's so important. It's the future of your children. It's no point complaining. I get lots of complaints. And I tell them, stop complaining, make the right choice. All right? So tonight, I would like to apologize if I cannot speak as much or as long as I used to, because I feel my breathlessness coming back. But suffice to say, get rid of the toxic politicians down there. Cut them off at source. All right? And this is all for every constituency. If your candidate there belongs to that group of kleptos and those who are destroying our country and society, cut them out at that level. So they don't have any opportunity to surface and then end up as being part of government. Then you're going to be in another cycle of depression. Kan? And then we talk another, in a depressive tone, another 5 years. What for? Now is the time. You have to commit. People of my age, we can rest at home. After all, apa ada? No, cannot. My country, my children, my grandchildren are here. I must do my little bit. I cannot, in me, sakit tak sakit, I cannot just sit back and, okay, lantak you all lah. Cannot. It's not question of lantak you all, because we belong together under Malaysia. And the keluarga Malaysia concept, for the sake of God lah. What keluarga Malaysia where the parents are all showing bad examples? Kan? Anak ajar anak, bapa semua tak tentu hala, mak tak tentu hala, right? The real keluarga Malaysia is us. We are our own family. Tak payahlah ada datang daripada Bera ke mana nak kata aku bapa awak. Nah, for nothing installing themselves, I'm your father. Since when? Since the elections are coming? Where were you when there was trouble and floods? And why are you now destroying the country? If you are really father of the family, you'll be building this country, not destroying them. Okay? Just think basic lah, tak payah banyak cerita. I'm glad that I speaking in the constituency where Hannah happened to be the candidate, and our colleagues are also, I hope, will be able to have this opportunity to listen to what I say, because I'm also helping them indirectly, although I cannot go to their rallies. It's just at this point of time, too bad lah. The long COVID almost defeating me, but I'm not giving up. Not giving up. So Hannah and friends who are contesting with you, Pakatan Harapan, I wish you all the very best, every success. One thing is wishing you, but all of you vote for them. And make that very, very, very necessary change. Okay? The country is depending on all of you. Not depending on one speech somebody like me makes. You, when you go and make that cross, that's what will determine change or not. Yeah, don't regret later. Don't regret. Do it tomorrow as a sacrifice of time for your country and for your future and the children's future. Sometimes you forget, your cucu, your anak was following you, don't even understand what's going on. Like my cucu before, when I first became a rakyat, they're 4 years old, 3 years old. We couldn't understand what people are clapping about. Now, they graduated as lawyers. They more than understand what's happening. So in other words, do it for the sake of the younger generation. Leave something worthwhile to them, not a set of kleptos to ruin the country and the government. Okay? So that is what I wish for. Success for all the candidates that's running under our banner here. And I hope that you will really make the right choice so that we can see the change in the country. We can make a turn for the better for the politics of the country and have governance, urus tadbir negara yang relevant for these times. Not blindly trying to find their way like they do now, The reaction is all knee-jerk. Something happened, knee-jerk reaction. Something happened, knee-jerk reaction. No long-term plan. And that is the worst thing that can happen to the rakyat and the country. So, before I get breathless, thank you, Hannah, for inviting me. And I wish you all the very best. And to all of you, have a good day tomorrow voting and vote right and cut down all those people at the grassroots level before they become somebody up there to kill you. Okay? Terima kasih banyak-banyak.